Yo, what's going on, guys? It's your boy. Welcome back to another video. So today, I'm going to be continuing on my little Scream journey. Today, we're going to be watching Scream 4. This one came out in 2011, and I believe is the last movie from the original director. So I have no idea what to expect. I'm kind of expecting it to kind of be like a reboot, but not entirely. From my understanding, it still is going to have the main original cast, but they're kind of not going to be like the main group that you're focusing on, I believe. I also don't entirely know. I tried to do a little bit more research because I was confused about like where Scream 4 starts and where like the Scream 5 like stuff leaves off, because I wasn't entirely sure like if they're all fully connected or like what's happening with it. But I'm pretty sure this is connected. It takes place about 10 years after the fact or something like that. So that being said, I'm ready to go ahead and dive right into this. For those of you guys who don't know, I'm watching all these movies for the first time. I've never seen them before. And then on October 31st, Halloween, I am going to be ranking all 6 of them together. So that being said, I'm going to go watch this and I'll be right back with my initial reactions and review. Alrighty, okay, man. This franchise is actually really good. I'm really enjoying it. I like it a lot. I like the fact that this movie's franchise so far does a really good job of having an understanding of what it is. And I like the fact that they use the term meta, and they're making fun of all these movies. And this is kind of ahead of its time, but it's making fun of all these movies that keep having sequels, even though they don't really need sequels. And I think it's kind of funny because this movie, I can probably assume that people back when this movie came out were probably like, why is this movie getting a sequel? This movie doesn't really need a sequel. It's been 11 years since they made the last one. Why are they making another one? I enjoyed this though. I thought that this was a whole lot of fun. I really liked the opening sequence. I think I've said that about every single one of these. They all have great opening sequences, and I absolutely love this one where you're like, okay, this is what's happening. These people are having a conversation. This is what's going on. There's going to be a phone call. Okay, there's the phone call. Okay, one of these two people is probably going to die. Or one of them is the killer, and then something happens, and then, oh my god, the movie starts off with there already being 2 killers this time, and then bam, what do you know, they zoom out and that's actually Stab 7 that they're watching, and I'm like, oh my god, that's crazy, but I love it, right? Like, that's such like a cool meta way to start the movie. And then they have the 2 people actually having the conversation, and then once again, phone call, this person picks up the phone, oh my god, it's Ghostface, but turns out it's their friend pranking them, and then Ghostface actually comes in and kills them. I love that. That was a fantastic start to the movie. I really think that they did a good job of setting the tone of the fact that, like, there's going to be a bunch of twists, and they let us know right off the bat, like, there's going to be a bunch of twists. This movie's going to be super meta. This movie's going to be aware of the fact that there's a bunch of Scream movies that are already out and about, and I liked it. I really enjoy everything that they've done with this franchise, and I really liked this movie. So things that I like about it. I like the fact that there are a couple of characters here who seem more like daring and like more like unafraid of the whole Ghostface thing that's going on. I think that the Kirby character is kind of a lot of fun. I think that the 2 dweebs who are film nerds who are like, oh my god, this Stab movie is like so stupid, and the fact that they keep making these sequels are ridiculous, and they have their whole like film club where they're recording a bunch of stuff, they're doing a bunch of broadcasting stuff. I like that they once again show the advancement of technology with them having like webcams on them and being able to record things constantly and like doing live streams and stuff like that. That's a lot of fun. I think that the tension of having this big party, and I knew based off the pacing of the movie that when they were like, oh my god, the person's going to do all their murderings at the party, there's going to be like a huge thing that happens at the party. I knew based off of how quickly on into the movie that it was happening that was going to be like a fake out, and that wasn't going to actually be like the big thing that's happening. And they go to the party. Gale Weathers wears a Ghostface mask, which I think that's the first time that her or Sydney has worn a Ghostface mask, but it's always been like kind of like a question for me as to like, why haven't they? Because I feel like that would be like such an interesting thing to like really throw off the killer, is if one of the people who is there dressed up as the killer, and then the killer like accidentally would reveal themselves, because like if there's 2 killers, they're working together, they know each other. I could totally see it being a thing that they go into the room, they see the other Ghostface, and they're just like, oh my god, you're not supposed to be Ghostface right now. Why are you wearing the costume, bro? You really got to take that off. You're gonna accidentally like freak me out or something. And then like they just like the tables turn. I don't know. I'm getting completely like off topic. That's like fully like a theorizing. I also have another problem with this movie, and it's kind of like a big thing that's happened in all of the movies, but now I'm gonna have like an even bigger question with it. Something that I kind of threw me off about the original trilogy, and that kind of is still standing, right? Every single one of the movies, the killer gets killed off, and I'm kind of starting to have this problem. And I know that like if I was watching them spread out, I probably wouldn't like have this big of a nitpick with it. In every single one of the movies, all of the killers end up dead by the end of the movie, and the only like lone survivors have been Sydney and Gale Weathers. Those have been like the only 2 people who were there when the killers were finally revealed and murdered. But every single time they walk away and then they're like completely considered innocent. None of them have been suspected of murder at all. And it's kind of bothering me because like they have no way of confirming, and I guess with some of the older movies it doesn't matter as much because I guess back then they probably didn't care as much about like some of these things, and they probably just were like, oh, this person said that this guy was a bad guy, so it's a bad guy, it's fine. But like, why wouldn't they be suspicious of the fact that Gale Weathers and Sydney have been like the lone survivors of all of these incidents, and like they could have totally been faking it the entire time? Because this is another one where like the villain's like setting up like, oh, this person's actually the killer, and they're gonna get all of the blame, and everybody's gonna think that this person's the killer, but when in all actuality, we're just gonna play harmless victims, and we had nothing to do with it. And I do think that crap, I was about to call her Julia Roberts. That's not right. Emma Roberts in this movie was fantastic, and I think that that whole plan and scheme was really cool, and I feel like she was very menacing. I actually really enjoyed this movie because that villain and that villain twist. But like, it bothers me because in every single one of the movies, Gale Weathers and Sydney, and I feel like I just repeated this like 4 times in a row and I haven't fully finished the thought, they're the only 2 people alive. So like, what's keeping it from them having actually have killed all these people and being the killers the entire time, and just saying, oh, well, I'm innocent because she was there and she could witness and be like, yeah, I was innocent, and then this person was also there and they can say that I was innocent. And like, I guess in the first movie, Randy's alive and he can be there to attest for the fact that, you know, it wasn't them. And I guess in the second one, Cotton Weary's there and can attest that it wasn't them. But at the same time, like, you'd think after it happens 3 times, they'd be really suspicious of it. And it happens again here. And I feel like something that's really going to drive me insane, the way this movie ends, the public eye still basically thinks that the Jill character was a good person and that she was actually like the hero of the things, and it ends with like all the news reporters being like, thank God she was there to save the day and she's the hero and she killed all the killers and whatever. And now she's lying dead in a hospital bed, and we're not, well, not a hospital bed, I think she's on the floor, but still, she's laying there dead. And how, like, we don't get to see the aftermath of what happened now that she's dead and gone. And all the media already reported on the fact that she's a hero and she couldn't possibly be the killer. I don't know. I feel like we're going to be missing out on the opportunity to like see the aftermath of like, oh my God, she was actually the killer and she was just doing this all for clout and she just wanted to be, you know, recognized and be like, oh my God, the lone survivor, she's so cool and we love her. I don't know. I feel like that's kind of going to bother me that it cut off so abruptly. But that being said, I thought that ending was interesting, and I kind of would have wished that for once Ghostface would have actually won in this one, and she basically got away with everything, because that would have been 10 times cooler. And I feel like if they make a new Scream movie, obviously I haven't seen Scream 5 or Scream 6 yet, but if they make another Scream movie, please have one where the Ghostface wins, and he walks away from it, and like, everybody who knew that they were the Ghostface is dead, and like, you can still do the thing with like, oh, Sydney being the main character, she survives or whatever, but like, have it never get revealed to her that this Ghostface is there, because especially with all of these having multiple Ghostface, you could totally do that where one of them gets killed and then the other one's like, fuck, my plan fully relied on them staying alive, and then they just pretend to be a good person the entire rest of the movie, and then, you know, by the end of the movie, us, the fans, know that that person was a killer, and like, nobody else knows because they wouldn't know. I don't know. That'd be really cool. Have they done that? I'm gonna find out, like, Scream 5, that's exactly something that happens, and then the killer in Scream 6 is actually gonna be the killer from Scream 5, and I'm gonna be so disappointed in myself because I accidentally called it in this video. But that being said, I like this movie. I think that, for the most part, the teen dynamic was pretty cool in it. I think that the killer in it was pretty cool. I like seeing Captain Dewey, and his relationship with Gale Weathers is a little bit interesting and a little bit dicey. The new sheriff in town, she seems like way too controlling. And I understand that it's probably just because she really wants to do her job and she's very passionate about it, and she hates the fact that Gale Weathers always gets to kind of like go under the caution tape at crime scenes and stuff like that, which is valid, but like, I don't know, she was kind of annoying. But yeah, overall, I thought this movie was still pretty good. I've rated all of these around like the 75 to 82 range. I'm going to give this one pretty much the exact same score because I think it's pretty accurate. I'm going to go ahead and give it a 78 out of 100. It is going to be really hard to rank all of these because I think they're all right in the same general area of them being good but not great. But I don't know. But yeah, that was it for this video, guys. Thank you guys so much for coming by and checking it out. I am doing a little like watch series of these, so if you enjoyed this video, I'm going to be watching the 5th one and the 6th one later on this week. My next 2 videos are not going to be Scream related though, because my next video is going to be Five Nights at Freddy's because I'm going to see it tomorrow, and then I'm going to be making a Loki video because I make Loki videos every Friday. But that being said, I believe this entire weekend leading up to Halloween, I'm just going to be posting Scream videos. So if you guys want to stick around for that, feel free to like and subscribe. But that being said, I will hopefully see you guys in the next one. Thank you guys so much for watching. Peace out. Pow, pow, pow.
He wanted me to drop a verse, I did this. We planned a day, then we did this. Wanna be in love with the girls with the kisses. Don't give a damn, I'll rid this. I like this when I run the distance. I run a 5K, you go ballistics. I wanna live within the business. Buy more than what's on the clearances. You're getting banned cause I know you're a physicist. I wanna deny this shit, I'm unlimited.